Okay, Itameksistiko. It is Sunday, May 7th, 2017, in the lunar cycle Matsi Kapisaki Sum, which this year is our first summer moon. And I've been out most of the morning uh, just hiking around the coulee. I taught in the morning and hiked around with someone. And then this afternoon I've just come back out just to do a bit of harvesting. This morning I picked some asparagus. My student and I picked some asparagus and some morel mushrooms. Free right from the land. Whereas if you go over to Walmart, I understand they're selling morel mushrooms for $156 for 8 grams. And so we picked some morels and we picked some asparagus. And this afternoon I've been walking around. I picked some more asparagus. I picked some wild mustards, pre-flowered wild mustards, and I picked some young catnip. I'm going to experiment with the young catnip. I tasted a leaf, and it actually doesn't taste bad right now when it's young. It tastes like a mint, right? Which is how it's supposed to taste. Well, it is a mint, but then eventually it grows to be catnip, and I don't know if you've ever tried to eat catnip, but it doesn't taste very good. All kinds of things are happening in the coulees. I'm enjoying the day-by-day progression of stuff that's going on out here, like the arrival of new birds, the migrators, the insects as they each emerge and hatch. Just today we start getting goslings on the pond, all kind of stuff going on, as you can imagine, given the season. But yeah, so I've been charting the progress. I've been writing in a journal, keeping a journal every day of some of the changes that I'm seeing, trying to learn even more of the phenology than I've already got down. Haven't done a update here for, I think it's probably been maybe even 3 weeks, something like that. Of course, got very busy at the end of my program. Week 9 and 10 of my program were just pretty intense, and then on the last day we finished out with a transfer of Iniskim, which are the buffalo stones. One of the underlying lessons of the buffalo stones is to understand how to use the attraction of similitude, how to use the power of the sympathetic magic, the law of similitude. And Blackfoot hunters used it to great success for thousands of years. It was key to bringing them out of that era of only doing endurance hunting as they'd learned from wolves. So it's a big deal, but yeah, we can still use that power of similitude if we understand it. Can still use it today to take ourselves places, to get the resources we're out there foraging for. And today, the main resource that everybody's chasing is the money, right? So there's always ways to use one's passions, follow one's passions, and engage that law of similitude, that sympathetic magic, to bring in more money. So I don't know, there's times in my life when I'm in that mode where my income's pretty good, and then there's other times of life when I'm not, which is kind of foolish, but I once in a while act out and rebel against against the things that I've kind of become part of. So, once you become part of something you want to become part of, you start recognizing the little problems with it, and those problems can build. So, yeah, but I think it was a good program. I ended it with 12 out of the. We started with 18, which was 2 over the funding, and I dropped 3 after the second week, and then later on I ended up having to drop. Must have dropped 3 more. Yeah, I dropped the couple and a young girl. So we ended up with 12, and they were all, they seemed to have it all pretty much together, most of them. There might be 1 or 2 there that it's iffy whether or not they're going to move on to something, a next step from this, or whether they're going to just take a step back and try to find some other means of getting kind of assistance rather than moving forward to gain employment or education, that kind of a thing. But we'll see what happens. A couple of them are already in a good place. They're already employed 2 weeks after. I've been writing my final report. It's been keeping me really occupied, and I haven't been feeling very creative lately, I don't think. I don't know. I've had my creative days. Me and a friend, one of the guys that was in the program, actually, started a new podcast. Well, we recorded a session, but, he's never put anything out there in public himself, and so he's a little shy to just throw our session out there right yet, and he wants, we got to come up with a good name. We have some things that we're looking at as potential names, and create its own kind of channel before we want to put it out there. But yeah, playing around with the new podcast. I bought a microphone so that we could do it and make the quality a little bit more legit, and probably do a review of that microphone once I've used it enough that I feel like I can speak, really speak to it. I hate when a guy, like, he gets a product and that night, he's going to be already making the review. Might not even use the product hardly yet, right? So I want to use the product, then I might make a review of that. But yeah, other than that, other than coming out here and watching what's going on and starting to engage in the harvest, haven't been really feeling very creative. I have been exercising a little bit more, which is good. I want to increase that. This morning I got up and went for a run. Been drinking my locavore smoothies in the morning, which is kind of a mix of the stuff that I find and harvest out here throughout the year. And I usually throw a couple of eggs in there. Sometimes if I have them, I'll throw in the wild eggs, but sometimes I have to substitute in chicken free run organic chicken eggs. Almost $7 a carton here in Lethbridge, Alberta. That's for 12 eggs. So yeah, that's what I've been up to mainly. I'm hoping to get some creative juices back, start producing more videos. I might even, now that I got this microphone in hand, I might even talk to Mahoney, my missus, see if she's interested in starting a podcast with me. like a weekly talk between me and her. It might be interesting. It'd almost certainly be funny. We can kind of get on each other's cases, you know. But yeah, that's what's going on, and it's been pretty bright and sunny out here, except today. Today has been gloomy, drizzly, but that's good. Gives me a chance to come out here and do some things. Not a lot of other human presence around. And what else? It's muddy. It's tough to move in this mud. I'm all barefooted, of course. Always doing my barefoot thing. Yeah, and no snake calls yet, no rattlesnakes. But they should be coming any day. They're already moving out of the dens, but just not encountering other people yet. It's a good thing. So, it's my update. Quick and to the point. Hopefully I'll have more within a week or less. Keramatsu no poa.